Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where last time Gordon sent us to speak with candidates to find out why Nar may have mentioned the question of the paths of the dead. What do you say about that?
The mystery of Nar's knowledge must remain unsolved for a time yet.
You have spoken with the dwarf Nar again, to no avail? I see. Will he not tell us what he knows about the words of Elrond? Will he not tell us how he knows of the past of the dead? It seems that this mystery must remain unsolved for some time. Do you know the story of the Oathbreakers and the past of the dead? Perhaps a recounting of that tale is in order, and you would be more familiar with the puzzle that is set before us. Do you wish to hear it? Okay, well,
I will tell you the tale of the Oathbreakers and the paths of the dead.
after the destruction of Numenor in the Second Age, Elendil and his sons came to Middle-earth, and knew that they had to start anew or perish. And so the kingdoms of Arnor and Gondor were founded, Arnor in the north and Gondor in the south. At the hill of Erech in the kingdom of Gondor, Isildur set a great black stone that was brought out of Numenor before its downfall. It is said that the stone stands there still, unchanged, even as it was in the latter years of the Second Age. That is where and when our story begins. Well, I hope it's a brief story. Now let's see what it says. In the Second Age, the men of the mountain swore an oath at the stone of Erech to fight the forces of Sauron, but when they broke their promise, Isildur levied a curse upon them. They were never known to rest until they had fulfilled their oath. Okay? Yeah, that's a very brief version of the account.
The men of the mountains sought to escape their curse, but to no avail.
They fled back into the mountain homes, but no word of man relates what became of them in the years since. It is said that a shadow lies now in Erech, where they broke their oath, and none now take the dim old road that ran through the gates and into the mountain home. The Rohirrim named the peak Dwimmerberg, the haunted mountain, and the passage beneath it is known as the Paths of the Dead. None there take the road, but Elrond bid his sons remember it, and that it leads me to worry. I know it lies heavily upon Halbred's mind. And yet, Nar knows something of it as well. Have we been watched without our knowledge? But how could this be? Well, that I don't know.
We must not tarry overlong, but I am worried about Nona.
These worries endanger our haste. We must not tarry over long, but I would not forget what pains of those that we have encountered along the way. The Ucluth girl who helped us when we came to Nona, she lost her brother Wadu, ambushed by the hostile Dunlending clan, and she must be feeling the grief most keenly. Please, go to her in the northeast corner of Hlanuk, and lend whatever comfort you can. I don't want the Grey Company to wear blinders like those Erembrandir wore in his youth before he was befriended by Saradin. We must be aware of the hurts happening around us and what to do when we came to help. Alright. So, let us go. To Lanuk, and see if we can speak to Nona. Hello there.
Do not be concerned for me. I am proud of the warrior Wadu became.
Yes, I am proud of what he became. Those who slew him were right to do so from hiding. They must have been able to sense that he had become a great warrior and would have bested them. There was a tree Wadu loved, atop the rise by the ox pens west of Lanuk. I left his sword there to honor his memory, but I think that he would rather that I used it to attain even half the glory of what he did. Go to the tree and bring me the sword. All right? We shall go and bring the sword. That would be out the back door. Oh, a tree with a sword at it. Ah, here it is, right over here. And Suvluk is also here. Now I'm wondering what Suvluk thinks about me picking up this sword. Just wondering. Now. Oh, for a moment there I lost the city. Here you go, one sword.
Thank you for bringing me my brother's sword. I will use it in his memory.
It is now my brother's sword, the sword with which he slew the mightiest Gueber anyone had ever seen, and I will use it in his memory. I have a request, Pine Lore. Go to the leader of your company, the man called Halbrad, who has spoken at length with Glen Brennan, and tell him that I will go with your people when you leave Hlanuk. It is my desire to avenge the death of my brother on the enemies of the Ochloth, and on the wizard Saruman, and our road lies together for a while. Your man Halbrad is in Hlanuk, is he not? Well, I think so. I will go and check with him. Ah, I think that's him right over here. Hello there, Halbrad. I have a request from Nona.
Absolutely not. This I must refuse.
But there is something urgent, Pine Lore. Roddenir found something. Oh? What did he find?
Roddenir found this letter stuck into a nearby tree with a knife.
This letter is addressed to the Rangers, and, well, I have left it on the crate there. Read it, and tell me what you think it means. Alright, read one letter. To the Rangers, I am a man of Gondor, a friend of the elves and of all good folk. Call me Aragorn. I see the danger growing in the east, and I wish to oppose it. Lou Brennan dispatches a messenger from Tor Morva in Dunland, but the messenger was beset by foes outside of Hydolgo in the Lich Bluffs, and was dragged within. If he yet lives, he will have information for you. I can't reveal myself to you, but trust that I am a friend. I will contact you again when it is safe to do so. Aragorn. Alright. I thought I was going to say that after I disposed of that hobbit. Oh, okay. Now what do you say?
Is this Ergothorn a friend? Why will he not show his face?
I do not like this Pine Lore, and yet, if he is telling the truth, we need to know. Gather allies that you can trust and go to Hydolgo, far into the south of here, and on to the right side of the road through the Lich Bluffs. It may be that a messenger from the south is in trouble, and if so, we could use the information that it brings. But keep your eyes open. I'll not trust this Aragorn without proof. It may be a trap. Yes, that's why you're sending me into it, of course. Ha 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 ha. The truth comes out. I think this is the place. Oh, that doesn't look good. Well, let's go and see what's inside.
Can the words of Ergothorn be trusted? If so, a messenger from Dunland must be somewhere in the depths of Lydhogo, hurt and afraid.
And what can we do in order to save ourselves from there? Hello. Okay, and next. And a little lightning, and everything's done. guess if I'm really going to earn the thorough title that I got from a previous encounter, that I should really thoroughly find the objects that are within here. Fortunately, there's not nearly as many of them. You find the remains of a luckless unfortunate. Fortunately, there aren't nearly as many as there are to the other place, because now I've only got 5 more of those to go. Alright, that's where I entered. Alright. So let's continue this way. Just make sure that before I leave the instance that I hit all of the places. Number 2. Oh yeah, we've got these things. Probably be swimming in the new deed. Kuthrael and Elduhan Slayer. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Nothing like a new deed coming out. Next. Now there is an optimal route in order to get to the person we're supposed to rescue, but you found a partially eaten rat. Who was eating it? And why didn't they finish it? Maybe they didn't like the taste? I mean, how often do you eat rats? I guess that probably depends on what species you are, right? I mean, Krabbig, I could see them eating rats. That sounds like something that'll be right in their mindset. Though why it wasn't finished, of course, is still in a completely different matter. Moved out of the way. Rude. Alright, let's continue up this way. Oops. Okay, maybe not that way. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I guess this is the way to... Tricked again. Guess this must be the way we need to go. Oh yeah, this is where we came from. This is why I was reluctant to go this way. Now, let's see. This way... Okay, I think this is where we'll find the third of the items. And boom, boom, smack. Alright, oh, yeah, there's the third of the items right over there. Oh, because I was targeted on the other one for some reason. Why? I don't know. Hey, don't devastate my kitten. Here it is. A discarded pouch. The cloth pouch is not as ancient as the rest of Hlad Orgo. Someone must have brought it here, and recently, but then discarded it for some reason. You open up and inside, but the only contents are a collection of small, bird-like bones, free of meat. Tooth marks are visible on many of them. Filled with a sense of revulsion, you leave the pouch where you found it. Okie dokie. But there are 3 more items to find. Now this... Oh, that's the boss. Okay. And then... more efficient way to get to the boss than I was imagining. And there we go. You found the Mud Eater's lair, the deepest chamber in Hlad Olgo. Okay, that's 4 of the locations. Anirin. Who are you? I need to see the Brenine at Hlanu. Alright, that's where I was planning on taking you. Good. This great beast attacked me, and I was passing the entrance of the cave, and I couldn't get away. Thank you for saving me. It is fortunate that you're passing by and so far from habitation. I bring a message from Lubrenin of Tormorva in the south. He urges Glenbrenine not to believe the lies of the wizard Saruman. The wizard has sent agents to Brenin to try to buy his loyalty, and he is worried that other clans may have accepted such offers. The Ukluth have not done so. Oh, good fortune! You must bring me to Hlanuk at once. Alright. Well, I will do that! Well, okay. You rest for a couple minutes. I have 2 more things to find. I'll first try north of this intersection. I had to go back quite a way in order to get here, but we shall succeed. And that's 1 down. I think I need to... Oh, upstairs. See, I can't remember whether I'm supposed to go upstairs or downstairs. Now let's see. This way is nothing here. So this goes up a bit. Alright. Alright. Wipe them out! Yeah, those things are easy to deal with. Nothing here. That's part of the trick of finding every little item in this place. Oh. What's left? I think now we need to head this way. And turn. Ah! I missed the round. There you go. Can't be very thorough if you go around missing roads like that. And finally, you. Up this way, up this way. Turn around. Hey. Sick 'em! Oh. Storm lore. Oops. You think the number of times I've done this, I would remember all these locations by now, rather than just half of them? But that is not the case. It doesn't matter how many times I do it. I still forget where some of them are located. The earth slopes have been disturbed, as if something heavy was dragging it here. Alright. Wonderful. Hey. Catch the pretty lights. Oh, the gap in the bridge. Well, here's the bridge. You found the gap in the wooden bridge. You could jump down to the lower passage. And if I remember correctly, this goes down to here. Not too sure. Okay, we'll do that. And now, I think... Yeah. Perfect! We should leave at once. My legs still hurt, but I can lean on you. I can make it. Right. Lean on someone half your size. Let's go. Let's see what Glenn Brennig has to say about this.
This news gives me hope. We have some allies still.
Anirin has given me the message from Lubrenin of Tormorva, and it fills me with joy. for it means that the Ukluth do not stand alone against the wizard Saruman. We have some few allies still, and that gives me hope. We're discussing this openly next to an emissary from Saruman. Okay.
My Brehur and Brehuris will decide what must be done.
They will decide what will be done in this matter of Saruman. Speak with them and hear what they have to say. They wish to know the events that led you to find the stray messenger as well, so leave nothing out. They will decide, too, what course of action to recommend to your people. Once we have heard, my Brehur and Behuris bring me advice to the leader of Halbrad. He and I will spoken already on this, and their counsel will complete the argument. Okie dokie. So, let us speak with the Brehuris.
Are all Devodiads so trusting?
How do you know this man, Ergothorn, is a friend? You know nothing about him beyond what he wishes to tell you, and that is not even in person. I say he, but you know not even that. Ergothorn could be a woman, and that would be the least of her deceptions. It matters not to me that the messenger Anirin was found where Ergothorn said he would be. One truth is nothing. Well, she is certainly not one to trust someone implicitly, or at least not till they have earned it.
I spoke against the promises of Saruman for many days.
That was, of course, wisdom. How few of the clans listened to my advice? Too few. But Anirin brings us hope from Dunland. He'll return to Tor Morva with word that Hlanuk also stands against Saruman. Let that strengthen our cousin's resolve. Alright, good. See, here are the other two.
If Tor Morva still stands against the wizard, we must remain strong as well.
It's good to know that some of our brothers in Dunland have not believed the promises of Saruman. We're not without friends, as was my worry. And you?
The road through Dunland will not be safe for you, no matter the words of Anirin.
Your people, these rangers, are Devoniad, but unlike others that I have seen. This man Halbrad reminds me of Glenbrennig, stern, willing to listen to the advice of others, but given to decisive action when it is necessary. Know that the road through Dunland will not be safe for you. It's good that Lubrennan still stands against the wizard Saruman, but there are other clans in Dunland that do not have leaders as strong, and for them the promises of the wizards may be hard to refuse. Tell your people to be wary of the road south. Alright. So that means to Halbrad. This way. I have spoken to the leaders of this city.
I understand. When we depart for Dunland, we cannot let our caution wane.
The business with Ergothorn's letter drove from my mind the request of the Dunlandine girl. Go now to Nona and tell her that I cannot allow her to travel with the Grey Company. She is here in Hlanuk, and she will stay here. I'm not too sure she'll be happy about that. Actually, I'm pretty certain that she won't be. Well, let's see what Nona has to say about that. Halbrad says nope.
Your leader Halbarad does not know what he says.
Too dangerous? He's a fool if he thinks that I cannot stand with the best man of his company. A fool, then. We will see who has the greater glory when the Talia battle is finished. It will be Nona of the Cluth, sister of Wardu Gwyberslayer.
All men are fools.
Nona has concluded that Halbrad's response means that he is a fool. Will that prove to be the case? Maybe we'll find that out in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.